Yeah.
Go to Clark Key.
I was initially going to wear a bib only, covering the nipples.
It's like Borat. It's like Borat.
But that
No, the
maybe
main thing
get
is-
demonetized or something.
My main thing is to become a reoccurring character. So when they see me, like, oh yeah, he's JD. You know, he's got the damn Joker outfit and the Mickey Mouse watch and the bandana. You know what I mean?
Okay, guys, ready? Welcome back to another series. I have not just realized I have not named the series. I don't know what we're gonna name this. Whatever, man. Whatever you guys see it right now, it's whatever it is. Yeah. Okay. So we're back with our two lovely guests again, JD, Caleb, Mr. Cut. Today's episode is about bike computers and Powermeters. I know both of you are running two different bike computers, so it's gonna be a debate, another presidential debate. So. Bike computers and Powermeters. I'll give the honors to Caleb. Caleb, what bike computer are you using, and are you using a Powermeter?
Yes. So I'm using a full Garmin setup. I'm using a Edge E03 and a RS200 power meter.
What's the RS200?
Pedal based power meter. Garmin also.
Okay. So you're on the Garmin ecosystem.
Yes.
JD, what about you?
Easy. I'm on Wahoo. I just find it just does exactly what I need. It's simple, no touch screens to worry about. Just push the button. Really good reviews, very reliable. And I'm also I'm a big believer in 4i. So if you're just starting out, I consider a left-hand crank 4i will get you everything you need. Honestly, I'm on dual-sided now, but really, you don't really need it unless you're very hardcore. So yeah, 4i Wahoo.
Sorry, you wanted water?
No. I just thought there's still...
If Red Bull is watching this, can they sponsor me? I've written to Red Bull, by the way.
Please, Red Bull, come on board.
There's no Red Bull anymore.
I'm your biggest customer.
We need drinks here, man. I'm thirsty right now.
I'm your biggest customer,
Oh,
please.
there's a Red Bull rolling from the sky.
Oh!
Red Bull, thank you.
There's
Red
gravel.
Bull. And we're talking about
Gravel, man.
please, I love Red Bull, please sponsor us.
Oh my god.
By the way, thanks
how
for
can
the
I
drinks.
drink it? You put gravel.
Thank you.
Later.
That roll
Thank you.
that roll just like my
this one
Princeton
bigger. Why is this bigger?
You want to open this in front so maybe Red Bull can sponsor me?
Oh.
Yeah, Red Bull, please.
Just remove the gravel.
Oh no, we forgot a Oompa fan behind the
I'll
camera.
be honest, that Red Bull can roll just like my Princeton wheel. Very smooth, very beautiful.
Who's that? Alex.
Oh. Hey, Black Rat.
By the way, this is still rolling. Okay, so
Okay.
thanks
Sorry.
for sponsoring the drinks today.
Yo, we have to bring the energy for this podcast, okay? And I'm your man. And Caleb, you know he's legendary.
Oh my god.
Guys, can you keep it down? Sorry, can't hear.
Cut.
You can go behind the building to talk.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all on Red Bull. Sorry, this is not sponsored by Red Bull. They're not sponsored, man. Cannot
No,
see their
but
logo
please,
Oh, sorry.
please, Red Bull.
yet. UFO drip also not sponsored.
Oh my God,
The
please.
pulley, this one.
Shimano.
We're just starting out, but please, this is the opportunity to get on board with the crew and sponsor us, okay? That means we can drink more and we can talk more. Thank you.
Okay, public service announcement has ended. Let's get back to the point. Okay, so Garmin and Wahoo. Let's talk about why did you get a Garmin and not a Wahoo, and same to you likewise. Let's go with Caleb first.
Yeah. So why I went for a Garmin because of the GPS, the map. Because when I started cycling, I'm not familiar with the roads. So I wanted to, because before majority of my rides are solo. So I needed the navigation. I bought the Edge 130, which is a small screen. Then I realized the map is crap. You cannot see anything really. So that's why I moved to a Garmin 830. It's supposed to be 530, but me being a techie kind of guy, I like the touchscreen. But then later regretted it because sometimes I accidentally press save ride. Oh no.
How much do you pay for it?
600 plus.
Do you need the maps in Singapore?
If there's a new route, let's say Audax, I need to plot my own route. Let's say if we have we organize our rides, I need to plot new routes. So I need it.
How do you think the maps fare compared to any other competitors out there?
I haven't tested Wahoo, but I know Garmin is known for the navigation. It's pretty stable. Battery life is good. It's pretty long. So far so good. Yeah.
Over to you, Wahoo.
Easy. Okay, so in May 2021, the Wahoo V2 came out, and they fixed all those map problems and everything. So you can get when you're on the route, let's say you go off the route, it will re-navigate for you automatically. You can load the maps. So it's fixed all those issues that we had with the V1. So
It's the Bolt, right?
It's the Bolt. You don't need that whatever the bigger one is.
You got the version 2?
V2 Bolt. That is, there's no touchscreen, because here's the issue with a touchscreen. If you get sweaty, have you ever tried touching your iPhone when your hand is wet? Doesn't work.
But does it work the same? If you're sweaty, can you still move the navigation on the Garmin?
I can still move it for Garmin because sometimes you think if your sweat drip, it will like register as a touch.
Oh,
right?
that's the shitty part.
For Garmin, it's not. For my case, I just accidentally press it.
Oh, okay.
You know, whenever I remove it.
Caleb, after my research on YouTube, thousands of videos, I found out that if the Garmin, the touchscreen is more of a novelty, because if it gets wet, gets sweaty, the touch, it just doesn't work as good. Buttons are so easy, and so it works. And I think the Wahoo Bolt V2, don't go by the V1, does everything you need as a cyclist. You can do live segments, speed, watts, you name it. Everything, when you come home, it automatically upload that to Strava. It does everything you need. There's not one thing on the Wahoo that you don't feel like, oh, wish I got a Garmin for, okay? The Garmin, yeah, cool. Lots of features. You can do running, you can do everything, every sport in the world. But Wahoo is centered around cycling, and that's what it's all about.
Okay.
I have a question.
Okay.
What's the difference between V1 and V2?
Big difference, man. So the V2 is much more aero. It's much more nicer. The buttons are nicer. Okay, you got that automatic, the map.
It's colored.
Yeah, it's colored screen. The map functionality is so much better. You don't have to manually upload the maps anymore. So, and it can do the rerouting. So in my opinion, they fixed everything that was wrong with the V1 with the V2. It's a big jump.
Are they still selling the V1?
I'm not sure, but I don't recommend buying the V1. And I tell you, the V2 makes you want to buy that over the Garmin now. Maybe before the V2 came out, May 2021, yes, I would consider a Garmin. But since it's the V2, it's no question.
Let's talk about price then. Not talking about 830, because I think 830 is a bit of the more higher end one. So like the 530, which I think is a comparable one to the Wahoo.
I think about the same price.
It's about I paid $400 for the 530.
Also,
how much is the Bolt?
Okay, I went on Carousel, because I got
No, SRP. Talking about SRP. I think 400 also.
No, I got the Wahoo V2 when it first came out, before it was even in the shops.
Okay.
500.
Okay.
500. And I
think now it's 400 plus.
I'm just saying, I ever since I bought it, no regrets, and I'm still loving it. My Strava is bigger than it's ever been, and I love the information screen. When you're done your ride, the Wahoo
in the app.
It's so beautiful. You scroll through, you see everything, and it's just so clean.
Can you configure the unit by the unit itself?
Yes. So beautiful. So right now I just have power and speed, right? But you can push a button that can expand it, and it's totally customizable with all your different settings, and you can do whatever you want, and it's so easy.
Let's make this interesting. I want you guys to convince each other to buy each other's unit. But before we go there, let's talk about something you dislike about your unit. So let's start with JD first.
Okay, what I dislike about my unit is so simple. Right now on my Trek Madone, it doesn't come with the proper mount. So I'm using an adapter. So that's a bit annoying. So now I had to go into a website just recently and buy a 3D printed, $100 to get a 3D printed specific mount.
What's the problem with the mount? The one that don't they provide mounts?
I don't know why, but Trek, they don't provide Wahoo mounts. Garmin, yes. So I'm using a Garmin
There's
mount.
a technique. You can just invert the mount and it becomes Wahoo mount.
I don't know, but right now, it's one piece of plastic. You can't twist it or anything. Trek, I'm running a Garmin mount with a Wahoo adapter with my beautiful V2. So that's my biggest issue right now. I have to spend $100,
Yeah.
1/4 of the price of the whole damn computer to get a piece of plastic that sits nicely. Because I'm running aero bars, so I don't have the circle thing.
Anything else? Or that's just
Other than that, dude, the V2 compared to the V1, boom, 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 upgrade. It's just everything's a plus.
How's the battery life?
Good.
crap.
How often do you have to charge it?
Where'd that come from?
How often do you have to charge it?
Dude, I charge that thing. It lasts like at least 3-4 rides.
And each ride lasts you what? How many hours?
I'm out there for at least 2 hours, 3 hours.
So about 6 hours.
Yeah, I ride every week, 300 kilometers, and I'm not complaining about battery life at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's complaining about the mount. That's the dislike.
Yeah.
What about you? What about Garmin? What is the issue?
What I don't like about Garmin is that the navigation.
But you bought it for the navigation.
No. I mean the navigation. Let's say I plot the route, so it shows you navigation, right? But sometimes you have to do a detour. It doesn't really recalculate that fast. You have to wait for the recalculation to be done. And sometimes when you plot, you think you plot the right route, right? Then sometimes I get lost because of that. Sometimes I don't follow it at all. I just disregard, then use it by like my memory.
Well,
So there's some instances, but now I learn. I just compromise. I just
So
work
the
around.
rerouting on the Wahoo is super quick because it's all loaded in. There's no sort of delay. It's all done inside, where the V1 was sort of no one even talked about the
Because
mapping
Garmin
feature.
has a recalculation. It has
Yeah.
a percentage. You have to wait for it.
Okay, I can't compare with Garmin, but I'd say this new V2 mapping feature works exactly. If you go off trail, it will instantly recalculate everything on the fly without any internet connection. And what I love is I just love coming home, and as soon as I walk in the door, boom, my Wahoo uploads to Strava straight away, and I can easily look at my power meter
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, listening to you, I think it's about the same. Garmin and Wahoo. It's just that the difference between the two is that Wahoo is more user-friendly. Setup is a breeze. It's through an app. Whether Garmin, you have to set it up in the bike computer itself. You cannot use the app. You can only use the app for syncing your rides, your data. Because Garmin is a more data-centric
Let's be real.
ecosystem. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, but Garmin is more about everything. Wahoo is more focused on what we're into, road cycling.
I think Wahoo has came up with a new watch, a Wahoo watch. I think,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So
yeah.
don't you think they're starting to copy Garmin and get into everything
No,
else?
get out of here. I'm running this watch. I'm happy with this watch. But no, don't. Let's not bring watches into. Just stick to the
Because
top.
you're talking about ecosystem, right?
Yeah, what about? Dude, we're not talking about Apple tonight. We're talking about Wahoo and Garmin.
You're burning yourself.
Yeah. Wahoo computer, bike computer is good. I mean, it's good if you run the Wahoo ticker, right? The heart rate monitor. Yeah, good. It works great. Of course, if you run the same brand of components, it's probably going to work better together. Obviously. But what's your point? Sorry.
No, okay. My point is that you are saying that the pros of a Wahoo computer is that it's cycling centric, right?
Yeah,
Only
focus.
for- But my question was that Wahoo came up with the watch, so don't you think that they are starting to move?
You know,
into
I'll
that
be
direction?
honest, I have no idea what this watch. I don't even know what this watch is. The watch about.
I have no idea.
I've never. Yeah.
I just know that they came up with a watch.
You know what? All I know is that the Bolt V2 is a fantastic bike computer, and I recommend it.
You should try the Roam.
Nah, the ROM's too big, too heavy, not aero.
Okay. So let's move on to the exciting part. I'll give you 15 minutes to convince each other to buy each other's computer.
Okay.
The winner, I don't know if there'll be a winner. If you are convinced, please be honest. If you're convinced or if you're not convinced, we'll start with JD.
Alright.
Your fight against him.
All right, Bolt V2. Dude, the name. Come on, Zeus. Let's go. Bang. More aero. Does exactly what you need. No gimmicky touchscreen. Push the button, everything happens.
Wait, okay.
Live segments. Don't underestimate the live segments. When you and I are doing TMCR North and South, the Bolt V2, it tells you how far behind, how far ahead you are. It just works, and it's perfect.
Okay, when you mean more aero, how is it more aero?
Well, look at the damn shape. Come on, do I
No,
look
because
aero?
the Wahoo mount, right?
Yeah.
It's an aero mount.
Okay, it just is flush with the unit.
It's
Yeah,
a
that's why I
flush,
bought
yeah.
that new 3D printed thing, so I get that flush look instead of running this Garmin, this adapted thing.
Are you convinced to get a Wahoo now?
No, honestly, no one gives a damn about segment hunting.
No, I'm not talking about.
When you're riding TMCR, why would you look at your bike computer? I'm in the segment. I need to go fast. Who gives a damn? You just ride.
It's not. It's about your personal record on the leaderboards. While I'm doing my live segments,
Precisely.
it's telling me how far behind or how far ahead I am. And it's not just that. It shows you the gradient. It shows you everything you need to know in that moment. Okay?
That's precisely why you cannot convince me, because Garmin does the same. It's the same.
In what way?
What about?
No, it's just really the same. Live segments. It can tell you also how far behind.
Is it live tracking or?
Live tracking also. So,
Yeah.
doesn't matter. I don't use it. I don't care. I mean,
All right, but the main thing is, let's just be real right now. Garmin's more for everything. Wahoo is more focused. And how about that new kicker that you just had a look at? You like that? You liked it, right?
No, that's a different topic.
I know,
That's a
but
different-
you like Wahoo, right? You-
Garmin, my comment was a kicker.
We're talking about bike computer.
yeah, but we're talking about Wahoo brand.
No, bike computer.
I know, but
You're
Wahoo.
confused.
Okay,
Bike
I'm
computer.
Okay, guys, we gotta keep it down. Our producer is telling us to keep it down. Okay, so let's not talk about brand. Let's
Okay.
talk about the unit itself.
Okay, easy. So yeah, let's not disagree on the software. Okay, let's just say the software is the same. Damn. But the shape of the Wahoo, you have to admit, it's sleek, it's small, it's aero. That's it. The shape.
I don't buy things based on looks.
Come on, man. You just.
No,
I don't
no,
want to.
no.
I don't want to say it. But
Okay,
you did
you
something
want- you want-
recently. You did something recently. Two things.
Which one?
Okay, pause, chong, chong. Okay, let's not go there.
Okay, let's not go there
but-
because I don't want to stir any controversy around here. Okay.
Okay.
But I know you.
But-
You know me. I know you. I know exactly what you did. It's.
But let's say, if you want to be technical about it, right, in comparing Wahoo to Garmin, aside from being Wahoo is a user-friendly, easy to set up everything. But for me, I do more on long rides. Garmin, I think it's about 20 hours on my 830. I search Rome, which is Rome is equivalent to the 1030. But I compare mine with the Rome. Rome is around 18, 16. So I got 2 hour more battery. I don't need to carry a power bank. I don't need when doing long rides, because I do long rides. You don't. You
Yeah.
do fast rides, right?
Yeah, but Caleb, dude, I'm not recommending the Rome. I'm recommending the Bolt V2.
That's precisely my point.
Yeah, which is
why
also-
would you get a Bolt? You get a Rome.
No. What do you need the Rome for? It's a big. You got an iPhone already.
No,
you don't
because
need
my point is navigation. The Rome is known for navigation.
Yeah, but the Bolt
And
V2.
the reason why I buy my bike computer is for navigation.
But
Besides the performance metrics, all of them have it. Even the Bolt, even the Rome, all have it.
Okay, so I think
Yeah.
it's a bit of a tough debate because he uses it primarily for a navigation, whereas
Yeah.
you probably don't
Yeah,
need
but I'm sorry, but
navigation.
the V2 fixed all the navigation issues. It does a great job of navigation.
That's
And
a- that's
Caleb,
a
do you bring your
problem.
iPhone with you? Or do you bring your phone
I
with
do.
you? Yeah, so
You
what's the-
don't, right?
So how many navigation devices do you need? I'm so confident.
Hey, wait. That's the hard part. I bring my phone for safety. In case something happens, I can call Grab.
Yeah,
I
but
can call.
don't worry, I've got Apple Watch. I can do whatever I want. But the thing is, I'm so confident with the Bolt V2 that I don't even need a phone. You know? That's what I'm saying about it.
Okay, so now he's saying that the Bolt V2 fixed the navigation
Yes.
issue. Are you convinced that
No,
you
still
will?
no.
Why
Because-
not? Why
But
not?
how
Because
can you say that? You've never used it.
Let's give him a chance to speak.
Okay,
It doesn't matter because the technical specifications itself, paper itself, already speaks for itself. 15 hours of battery life compared to 20 hours. Which one would you pick? And 200 sync difference only.
Why wouldn't you get that?
You buy the Garmin already, but not taking away from Wahoo, right? Wahoo is a great device, no doubt about it. Easy to set
okay.
up, as I said, easy to set up. So it's good for someone who's not techie, who's not really technical. No, you're technical. We're both IT, right?
Yeah,
We
sure.
know. But for let's say for other people, let's say for seniors or what, just wanted to see their speed, wanted to upload their rides in Strava. Wahoo is okay, easy to set up. Just use the app on the phone, done. Garmin, it's quite cumbersome. You need to set up on the device itself. So that's my point. Yeah.
All right, I'll just keep it so simple. If cycling is all you do, get Wahoo. If you're doing running, cycling, who knows what, Garmin is your way to go because that Garmin is.
No, we're not talking about the brand. We're talking about my computer.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying. If you're just cycling, get Wahoo. If you're doing more than cycling, yeah, get Garmin because it does It doesn't just do that. Cycling computer can. I mean, yeah.
So your Wahoo can track what? Your Wahoo can track your your what?
Maybe I'm
steps?
drinking a little bit. Yeah.
See?
I think I've done a bit too much drinking.
Drinking Red Bull?
Yeah, a little bit of rib. Yeah, actually, yeah. We're talking about computers, right? But
Yeah.
yeah. Well, anyway, Wahoo's the best.
So I guess none of you are convinced with each other then.
I mean,
No, dude, both are great.
yeah,
I
both
think
are
so.
great.
I'm sorry,
Yeah, yeah.
but both are good things.
yes, yes.
But I feel like Wahoo does I'm not missing anything from Wahoo. It's the unit's awesome. It's aero. It's light. It does everything I want. Strava, you name it. There's nothing I'm missing from Wahoo that I wish I'd be like, oh, I wish I had a Garmin for
Let's
this feature.
Let's have this proper analogy, right? Let's say Wahoo is to Apple, right? iOS, and Garmin is to Android. Android is more technical. Apple is do it all. It's just an easy setup, easy to use, everything. That's why many people want to use Apple. Even me, it's very intuitive. Easy. Just 1, 2, 3.
So
But
easy.
Android, you need to set up this. You need to optimize this. Same as Garmin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, I think we are just going around in circles. So
Yeah.
let's move on to Powermeters. I think we totally skipped that.
yeah. Sweet.
So which Powermeter is good in the market? What's great? What's not great? JD first.
Yeah, simple. Yo, I brought the thing here. This was my previous power meter. It's a 4i left crank. It's got a little battery here. Super simple. When it runs out of battery, just change it. It uses the standard battery that we all use for everything. This is what I started with, and I tell you, even moving to a dual-sided system, I still feel like, left-handed side crank is all you need.
So you're still using 4i, right? The dual crank.
Yeah, 4i, because it only adds 20 grams of weight.
Should everyone get a Powermeter?
Yes, because think about it, speed is not everything. Because if I put you on your head or tailwind, of course your speed it changes, but power is always consistent, okay? But the wind changes your speed. So speed, you can't rely on speed. Power is always accurate, no matter what. Because at the end of the day, it's about how much power you and I can put through the crank. And if you want to get started, do what I did. Just get a left-handed crank. It only adds 20 grams to your weight. If you're a weight weenie, it's barely anything. And I've had no issues there. The charts are so accurate. It works so great with my Wahoo. No complaints. 4i all the way.
Caleb, Powermeter, yes or no? And which one do you recommend?
Powermeter is not for everyone. I would have to disagree.
Here we go again. Okay,
course.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because not all road cyclists is as performance-centric as they are, like us. Not all people want to look at their watts. They don't even know what is watts. They just wanted to look at their speed, right, and the distance they're doing, and they would like to have a interface to upload their rides to Strava. Yeah.
What is your...
Well,
Sorry, you want to say something else? Okay, go ahead.
Well, that's a bit of a contradictory because we're talking about power meters. So
Correct.
it's not about
you asked him, right, is Powermeter for everyone? Then he said yes. I said no.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, Caleb. I mean, when I first started out, I'm such a giver in it, aren't I? But I'm gonna be real with you. Of course, when you start out, I didn't have a power meter. I was on a damn decathlon 105. We didn't care. It was just a struggle to get out there. But no, really, once you start taking things more seriously, speed becomes a bit less important, and power. Once you get into things, you'll realize that power is more important than speed. Because at the end of the day, when you and I are going down TMCR, north and south, it's not about speed, it's about consistent power. And I tell you, these power meters will focus you, reevaluate your whole cycling outlook. Because people get fixated on speed and weight on their bike, but it's not about that. It's all about position and watts. And I've been running 4i now for 1 or 2 years. The charts are very consistent. There's no dropouts. But of course, when I go to my new Dura-Race Di2 12-speed, I will have to go to Asioma power pedals or the new Wahoo pedals. I love Wahoo, so I'm probably going to go to those Wahoo pedals.
Link one. Yeah.
But so far, crank-based systems, as I said, only adds 20 grams of weight. Very lightweight, and it's very reliable, and it does the job. And it's just nice you can see your pedal smoothness, your torque effectiveness, everything. And it's much better to look at that than your speed.
Yeah. I think we have different types of power meter. So this one is one example. This one is crank base. Single crank power meter. Then we have the dual sided, which is installed in the chain ring. I think chain ring or the big crank. The drive side.
It's just it's left and right. So you get both left
both
and right.
Have right. Both have sensors. Yeah. And you have pedal base power meter. Okay, the difference. Let's say we don't dwell into whether or not they need a power meter or not. We dwell into someone who wants to buy a power meter. If you want, then buy. But you have to reflect on why you need one. Do you just want to look at your power, or you want to train? If you want to train, better get a dual-sided, whether or not it's a crank or a pedal base. But obviously the disadvantage is the crank base you cannot switch to another bike. Pedal base you can switch. If you got a new bike, you can switch. But for crank base, once you change bike, you cannot migrate. Unless of course you're using the same group set, then you can. But otherwise you cannot. So power meter basically is important for training.
Yeah, let's be real, Caleb. Let me ask you a question. Would you rather base your training off speed, or would you rather base your training off watts? That's it.
Yeah. So for training, right, of course you base it on power.
There you go.
Let's say
I win. Do I win?
you don't win anything. I didn't contradict you.
There's nothing for you to do.
Right. But I'm just saying, power meter. Sorry, I'm forgetting what we're doing.
See?
It's okay.
So, so it's training, right? So let's say it's not all about speed. Every ride you don't have to go hard, because you're going to burn yourself out. You need to do base. So when you do base, you need to monitor your power.
What is base for my audience who don't know what is that?
Base can be two things. It can be because you have different zones, your heart rate zones and your power zones, both zone 1 to zone 5. So usually the base is about zone 2, zone 1 to zone 2. So you can base your base training for heart rate. Either you want to have a zone 1, zone 2 heart rate on your ride, or a zone 1, zone 2 power. Depends on you. But usually they complement each other.
You want to go ahead?
So overall, as I said, if you were just starting out, you want to get into the power zone, get yourself a left-handed sided crank, because it's cheaper, right? Because there's no
it's
ring.
Cheaper, yes.
Get yourself a left-handed crank. 4i does the job. Any complaints about 4i, or do you recommend another brand?
I mean, for a single crank, the disadvantage is that the computation is different. It's just let's say because our legs have different
Outputs.
So let's say if that one is a left side, so it only computes your left side, then it multiplies by 2.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, as someone who's just starting out,
So,
like I was, it's cheaper, right? It's like $300.
So that one will be practical.
Yeah.
Then if you want to go higher, then you get the dual-sided, or you better get the pedal base. It's more practical.
So I've got a question for you guys. Is dual-sided power meters necessary?
No, I'm just going to
Not really.
No, I'm running Tegra dual-sided 4i. I was previously on left-hand side. I'll be honest, the only difference is that when I was on just the left-hand side crank, I was more, I knew that there was only one power meter on the left, so I was more conscious of maybe pushing more power on my left. But now that I've got both on both sides, you don't think about it. But honest to God, after looking at my stats, left-handed side is enough. I'll be honest, it's just if you want to take things if you want to see everything and completeness, then get dual-sided. But I honestly recommend left will do you. Will do good.
I think I have to agree because when you're starting, right, you don't want to spend that much. So this one is the best solution.
How much are these left-handed?
200?
300, 200. Yeah, it's pretty cheap. It's just 20 grand. And
but the disadvantage, right, is it's not rechargeable. You have to change.
But the batteries are cheap. You know,
these batteries are pretty cheap.
Honestly, I buy a 10-pack of these batteries, and I don't just use it for my power meters, but I also use it for my Wahoo ticker. I use it
it's the same. It's the same.
Yeah, everyone uses a standard
the coin battery. Yeah.
And as I said, if you're a weight weenie, it only adds 20 grams of weight. So they actually use the proper Ultegra, or you can buy Dura-Ace if you want to, and they just mold this battery on here, and it's super reliable, super and super accurate.
Right.
What, between 0 and 1% actually. So it's very, very good. And this will do everything. It'll get you all your statistics straight to your beautiful Wahoo computer.
I think if you want to consider a power meter, you have to not only consider whether it's single-sided or dual-sided. You have to also consider if it uses a rechargeable battery or a disposable. Like for Garmin RS200, right? It's not cheap. You're thinking, it has a rechargeable, but no, I have to replace a battery every, like for 200 hours, I have to replace it already. So like for the Favero, it's better because it has a rechargeable. So better you consider the power meter with the rechargeable.
Yeah, look, when you're done, you just
battery,
take off the cap and you just place the battery right here. Good to go. And put the cap back on. It's
why
like
it's so cheap.
as simple as it gets.
Yeah.
And these batteries are super cheap. And that means you don't have to worry about, your iPhone battery will eventually, the health will go down. But these, you just keep replacing the battery. And I couldn't say 4i. I can't say any bad things about it. But as I said, conclusion, left-sided crank, get yourself one of these. And then focus more on, you can use, a power meter can add so much training, can enable you to do so much more better training. You can't go off your heart rate or your speed. That's just, those things can change left and right, But power is always consistent and always the same, no matter what conditions you're in. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. 30 minutes in, we've covered two or a couple of topics. Gentleman's agreement.
Yo.
Oh my God.
That is the end, guys. Thank you to both of you for coming down, sharing your thoughts about this. If you guys enjoy this debate, consider subscribing and mention in the comments what you guys want to hear these guys talk about. Try to keep it something that's very spicy, man, and these guys can debate with one another. And that's the end. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.